Hello, how is everyone on this lovely Tuesday? I'm not gonna lie, I'm like dragging this morning. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just like cannot seem to get going. Is anybody else like that? But it's looks nice and sunshiny today. I think it's supposed to be in the high 40s. So I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna make myself feel better, and I'm gonna take my son outside. We're gonna get some sunshine. We are not gonna be down today. Gotta shake ourselves out of it. How's everybody's morning going? I haven't really done anything productive besides hang out with the boys and make breakfast, I guess. And my refrigerator is a disaster. I just like don't understand why fridges are always so messy. Like, does anybody else struggle with this problem? Like, do you keep an organized fridge? How do you do it? What are the secrets? Give me all of your life secrets. Zay will be so happy to go outside, for sure. I just turned on Bluey for him so I could do my makeup and get ready. He's been asking to watch TV all morning, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. He made a parking lot, so that was nice. So we're going to try to keep this under 30 minutes so his TV time can be under 30 minutes today. I don't know about you, but I've been co-parenting with TV a little too hard this past month. But it's about to be a new month, new goals. We're not going to be sick this month. We're going to let this house air out. We're going to change the air filters. I think part of the reason why I'm struggling getting going today is because my house is a mess, and it's been a mess. Like, I let my house go when I had the flu the first time, and I still have not caught up on everything in my house. And so it's like I get overwhelmed and then I shut down. I don't like that about my personality, and I try to change it, but I just can't seem to do it. Anybody else like that? They get overwhelmed and you're like, that's it. I'm not doing anything else. It really adds to the problem. It doesn't help. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Good morning. You have a spot for everything in your fridge? I have so many leftovers. They're all just shoved in there. I need to take everything out and organize it. Okay, like this eyebrow is eyebrowing, and this one is like... Wah, wah, wah. You know the drill. We leave it alone. We come back to it after foundation. Look, don't judge me. I didn't drink my coffee this morning, so I turned my hot coffee into an iced coffee. Is that kind of gross? I've never done that before. Tastes good. It's all the tomatoes. All right, I have like a little bit. I'm going to combine these. This rose water, this is just like, it makes my day so much better. What is your favorite skincare product? I would love to hear your favorite, because my beauty oil and my rose water are my favorite. I just, something about like a nice facial mist. It's like, oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and take off those eye masks. I like to push in any leftover serum because that's the good stuff. Oh, let's remember to do my eye cream on my forehead. Where is my... Oh. Okay. Let's start out with this. I'm using my makeup videos to document if I have changes in my forehead wrinkles with my eye cream. We are experimenting. this applicator, like it's like a ceramic applicator, and so it's like nice and cool. It's not just a regular smegular plastic applicator.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, baby, what are you doing? Just chilling with Dad and Kai?
Wake up.
Oh, Dad won't wake up. Are you gonna go watch Bluey? Hey, when Mommy's done with her makeup, you want to go ride your bike outside and see what Grandpa's doing? Yeah, it's only been like 4 days, and I've missed one of the days. So I haven't seen any results yet, but maybe in 2 weeks. I always like to give, really, you need like a solid 90 days to do something with a supplement or skincare product, but usually you can see results within like 30 to 60. He said, just chilling with Dad and Kai. All right, let's do some facial serums. I washed my face last night even though I didn't want to. I was so tired when I got home. Zay slept really good last night, but Kai woke up multiple times. He's just going through a little sleep regression, I think. So he is hilarious. What did he say? Oh, one of the first things he said when he woke up this morning. I miss Uncle D. I miss Uncle D. I meant to text him and tell him. All right. So this skincare is like super absorbable, so I'm going to go straight in with my makeup, and it's not going to make me it's not going to leave me feeling greasy or oily. I'm going to use a different primer today. I'm using this mattifying one instead of my glowy one. Ooh. That had like haven't used it in a while. It had like a dry spot in the tip. Okay, let's try it again. I'm excited to go outside. I hope it's warm. I need some sunshine, I think. I think that's part of the reason I'm feeling blah. I'm probably low on vitamin D. I think I'm going to skip eyeshadow today. We're just going to do some foundation, blush, mascara. Call it a day. Let's do some... Let's do the cream foundation. No, let's do the BB cream. Zay is awesome. He's a really cool kid. I think he's going to have a lot of friends when he grows up. That's something I always struggled with. I was not a friend kid. I've always had like social anxiety. I've always had a hard time making friends, to be honest with you. And growing up, I never had a lot of friends. My sister was the one that had all the friends. Oh, it's not going to be cloudy until late. Okay. Good. So the temperature should peak in like an hour or two. How, in school, what was everybody? Were you a social butterfly? Were you a loner? I was like a loner, but I also would, at school, I would talk to all of the different groups and cliques and stuff, but like just like kind of service level talk to people. I never really like did sleepovers or hung out with people outside of school. About 1 o'clock it's gonna peak. I am willing spring to come soon. Like, Ver was like, March is one of the coldest months in Minnesota. And I was like, not this year. March is spring in Minnesota this year. We're going to have 50-degree weather. We're going to have our plants started. Not this year. I even remembered to dampen my beauty blender. Always go over it with a beauty blender. Yeah, I get it though. Cause like I knew a lot of people too, but like I was a loner. Like I never hung out with anybody at school. I always I don't know. I was always like the person that I would talk to at school, but like we never really made like close friendships. And I just never like I never went to parties or birthdays or sleepovers or anything like that. In which sometimes I wish I would have pushed my boundaries with that, as I feel like I missed out on a lot of like important milestone stuff. Not milestone, important experiences in life because of it. All right. My under eyes are looking dark today. Dark, dark, dark. So let's go ahead and cover those bags up. Look at that. Nice coverage, easy to blend. Like, I'm definitely gonna encourage my sons to go to all of their school functions, all of like football games, dances, stuff like that, because I didn't do all of that when I was in school, and I regret it. So I'm gonna definitely encourage that. Of course, if they don't really, really want to go, they don't have to go. I'm not gonna force anything, but I don't think I really had like encouragement to do that stuff. So I'm gonna try to encourage it. Because I think it really does like affect your social skills later on when you don't have some of those experiences. Do you agree with me? And I don't ever want my kids to feel like I feel. Like as an adult, sometimes like I don't want to go to certain events because like I'm not good at that social aspect of things. But Ver is not like that. Ver is always like a social butterfly. Like we'll go when we go on dates and stuff, he'll like talk to everybody. And I'm not like that. I don't just like spark up conversations with strangers the way he does, and he does it so like seamlessly. Like I don't know. It's definitely like a good thing. See, like look how crazy my brow was looking, and just like a little bit of cleaning it up made like a really good difference. A really big difference. If I ever have a girl, I'm going to say, do not wax your eyebrows when you're young. Because I overwaxed mine. Now I wish I had the bigger, bushier eyebrows like everybody else. Oh, I'm glad you did too. Yeah, I think you would have regretted that if you didn't go to that. I didn't graduate high school. I got my GED when I was like 20 and went to college, and I graduated from nursing school, LPN school. That was the only graduation I ever went to. I really wish I would have done college different. I really liked college. College was my jam. I never really liked school when I was in like high school and junior high and stuff. Like I would dread going to school. I remember like in the mornings. I don't remember just like hating the mornings. But I liked college. College was my jam. Some of the best times I ever had in my life was in college. And I didn't even party or anything like that. It wasn't even like I did all my partying before I went to college. We're going to put a little bit of color and definition back in my face with these color sticks. Yeah, it's definitely different when it's your choice. And I also think like college, I was very prideful in my college because I've like paid out of pocket for almost all of my college because I worked full time as a nursing assistant. I got denied for like every grant that I applied for. I got $1,000 in Pell Grant per semester, which was like maybe covered my books. I know when I was in nursing school, it didn't even cover all my books. So I paid for a lot of my school out of pocket. I remember being really jealous because there was like kids that didn't work and they like got such big Pell Grants, but I didn't have the option to not work. I had to pay my bills and I lived on my own at that time. And so I had to work, but I also like, I don't know. I remember when I applied, when I was like interviewing for LPN school, they were like, we're in school X amount of hours, 6 days, 5 days a week, and we expect you to study like for every hour you're in school, you need to be at home studying that many hours at home too. So we don't think you should work. And I was like, well, I work full time. And they're like, you should consider not working full time. I was like, that's not an option. Nursing school was a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed learning everything I learned in nursing school. I do regret not finishing my schooling sometimes, even though I don't use it anymore, and I don't really think I will ever become a nurse again. But sometimes I wish I would have went and finished my schooling because I was like working really hard to get my bachelor's degree. So I have had like all of my prereqs done to get into the nursing program, the RN, LPN to RN bridge, and then I had to just do after the LPN to RN bridge, I had like 3 more classes to do and I would have gotten my bachelor's degree. So like a lot of schooling. And I went like full time. I went full time during summer as well. I didn't do any breaks. I actually did over full time. One class I did hate, I hated English when I was in college. That's what I hated. We have to write essays. Yeah, that was my least favorite. Anatomy and physiology was one of my favorites. And I only took one class of psychology, and that was really interesting to me. The teacher was super easygoing. I think he probably had like 100% pass rate, unless you just like didn't show up. Because he was super easygoing and his tests were so easy. Like he would like, when the day before the test, we would do like a study session or whatever. And he'd be like, this might be on the test. And he would basically give you the answers. So if you wrote it down and really soaked it in, then you would have like all of the exact word for word answers. So his class was super easy, but I really enjoyed what I learned in it. You hated science when you were in school? I always loved science. Ever since I was little, I loved science. Science was my favorite class. I remember like in intermediate school, once we really started doing like science projects and stuff, that was my favorite. I feel like my skin is just like not looking flawless today. Yeah, I'm really surprised science was your least favorite. I feel like science was one of the most interesting. I remember history was one of my least favorites. Oh, that is the only class I ever dropped in college. I took a history class and I don't even remember. It was a specific history class. I took a history class and his class was so hard. He was such a hard teacher. And every single one of his tests, you have like a certain, within the semester, you have a certain period where you're allowed to drop the class without it affecting you. And so I like took the class until the very last day until I could drop it. And his tests were so hard, and every test it was like you had to write an essay. So it would be like 20 questions and you have to write a short essay for each question. And I was like, no, thank you. And there was no multiple choices. Like, I remember he assigned so much reading that I got behind on reading and I could never catch up. And granted, like I was only in this class for like 2 or 3 weeks before I could drop it. And like he was a hard teacher. I'm so glad I dropped that class because that would have dropped my GPA, I think. Because I graduated with a like 3.8 GPA or something like that. Graduated nursing school, whatever. The LPN program. See, if I would have not, sorry, this is a lot of random information, but I was like fast tracking my classes in order to get my bachelor's degree, but I should have did them a certain way so that I could have gotten an associate's degree before my bachelor's degree, but I didn't do that. And so I spent 4.5 years in college and I only got my LPN certificate and I didn't even get an associate's degree. How lame is that? And I remember the guidance counselor or whatever they're called, where they help you like pick your classes and give you the best, like they'll lay out the routes, like this is the best route to do this and you need this course for this. Like I remember her saying, she was like, I think that you should do it where you get your associates and then you can get your bachelor's in case you don't finish. And I was like, no, like I'm finishing college. I'm getting my bachelor's in nursing and science. And I was so determined. And then I met Burr and I was like, actually, I think I'm just going to run away and move to Minnesota. Such a crazy thing. I remember I got accepted to the LPN RN Bridge program. And I, like all of my LPN teachers and one of the head people of the RN program, they were like, you're accepted. And I was like, well, I'm moving. And they were like, I highly, highly suggest you don't do that. You should really just stay here for the next year and finish your degree. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. That was the craziest decision I ever made, I think. That was a very wild decision. My mentor at the rehab facility that I worked for, she's like one of the ones that wrote me a recommendation for the LPN RN Bridge program, and she was like really upset that I was just like leaving and not doing that. She knew I got accepted. It's a crazy life we live here. You ever think back on decisions and you're like, wow, that was Really wild decision. I was like, I'll just move to Minnesota and go to school there. No big deal. And I never ended up going back to school. Ver and I partied way too much. I probably partied with him more than I had partied in like 5 years. And I would literally work 48, no. I would work 36 hours on Saturday and Sunday so I could hang out with him all week, Friday through Monday. Yeah. Crazy. We did travel a little bit, but we didn't travel as much as like I anticipated us traveling. I remember when I first moved to Minnesota, my sister was so mad at me for moving to Minnesota instead of Texas. She literally didn't talk to me for like 6 months. But that is a little bit of backstory. In case anyone was interested of my rambles of the day. But one thing is these lashes are like lashing today. I should go back and do like a comparison of what my lashes looked like literally back in November. Because they look so good. Should we do a little color on my lips? No, not red. Well, I didn't talk about any of the products that I put on today, so if you have any questions, feel free to message me. If you would like a complete link of like everything that I use, just so you can like take a gander at it yourself and see what you think, you can say lookbook, and I can send you over the full look. All of this makeup is plant-based, non-toxic. All of it's skincare infused, so it has good for you ingredients. And this stuff smells delicious. I wish I had some mint. I would make a mocktail before I go outside. Like a strawberry mojito mocktail. Doesn't that sound good? With some sparkling water, some fresh strawberries, some mint, or like there's like this what is it called? Spindrift. I haven't been drinking my sparkling waters in a while. Spindrift mint sparkling water. Do that one with some fresh mint and some fresh strawberries. So good. I really haven't made any mocktails in a while. I should do a mocktail series. Really, what I should do is stop talking when I'm trying to do my lipstick and messing it up. Let's ombre it a little bit. Let me see if I have a lighter one than that. It's Easy Street. No, that's not lighter. Minted. That one's lighter, right? Yeah, this one's lighter. I love you too. Thanks for stopping by. It gives it more definition. When you do like a darker color and then lighter in the middle, it'll make your lips, it'll give like this illusion that your lips are bigger than they are. All right, let's do just a really pretty highlighter and call it a day. And you can even pop this highlighter in the corner of your eye. All right, and then as always, we're gonna set it and forget it with a nice little micro mist setting spray. All right, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed talking to you and just like rambling about my random college expertise. Thank you. If you have any questions about the makeup I am wearing, you can say lookbook. I can send you a link. If you're just curious about one product, go ahead and comment the product below. I do go through all of my comments. I appreciate all of the likes, all of the views, and everything else. And we're going to go outside and we're going to ride our bike. You ready?
Yes.
Say bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye now.